Now, yesterday marked the golden jubilee of the National Youth Service Corps, that's NYSC, set up by the military regime of General Yakubu Gowon in 1973. Coming barely 3 years after the Civil War ended, it was created to help heal the wounds by fostering national unity, integration, and cohesion in a country riven by the fratricidal conflict of 1967 to 1970 between the then Eastern region and Nigeria. Decree 24 of the 22nd of May, 1973, which established the NYSC, states its goal is to be inter alia to inculcate in Nigerian youths the spirit of selfless service to the community and to emphasize the spirit of oneness and brotherhood of Nigerians, irrespective of cultural and social background. Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss the purpose of the compulsory national service and its milestone over the decades of existence. Good to have you on Newsday, Mr. Sobowale. Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure being here always.
It's a pleasure having you always.
Right.
Shall we begin? Is this scheme still relevant, NYSC?
I'm going to get personal now.
Okay.
I'm a product of the NYSC. I did my national service in the second set, that is 1974, in former Northeast. Former Northeast, now divided into 6 states. And what I'm going to do is to use my personal experience as a youth corps. Get me to illustrate the relevance of the NYSC. But let me start on the premise that I think it is a laudable scheme that should not be scrapped. It can be tinkered with, and the insecurity aspect of it has to be handled, especially for people being posted to the Northwest and the Northeast. Aside from that, I will use the example of the award given to the Lagos State Governor for the support to the scheme for sustainability. If other states, are moving in that direction, then it means the objective of creating unity, oneness, self-service, and engendering patriotism in our youth, which are the cardinal objectives of the NYSC, will not be put aside. I honestly believe it should be sustained as much as possible. Now, let me start with my own example. I was posted to Maiduguri in the former Northeast. Then we did our orientation at the Northeast College of Arts and Science, which is now University of Maiduguri. Then I was posted to Goza, this same Goza, where Boko Haram has taken over now. Let me say that I hold the Northeast very dear to my heart because I served there. So I was sad when the Boko Haram issue started. But part of the initial problems of the NYSC, when I was posted to Goza, I was supposed to be part of a rehabilitation team doing research to bring down the mountain tribes to come and use taps and use markets because they are not used to modern amenities. So the ministry wanted to rehabilitate them, and I was sent there. But by the time I got there, they said the ABU sociology research team had left the place 2 sessions earlier. You see the breakdown in communication?
Yes.
So I was floating there for about 2 weeks, and I wrote a petition because I was so annoyed that I won't do national service. Until eventually I got, at that time they were Kubit's construction, they were doing the road. So for me to get a vehicle to take me from Goza to Maiduguri took me 3 days. Eventually I got to Maiduguri and I showed them my petition, they just laughed. They said, okay, where do you want now? Now they posted me to Federal School of Arts and Science, Mubi, where I taught economics. But the NYSC, even then, was a very humane and caring, welfareistic institution. There was corruption in some quarters amongst some. But I will illustrate with my own experience. When I was doing national service, my parents had an accident, and my mother died. So I just received a circular reporting Lagos immediately, permission granted. An expatriate was the principal of my school. He knew what happened, but he did not tell me. He just gave me a here warrant and said maybe I had a job interview. I said, I've never, telegram in Nigeria portends bad news. So anyway, I came back to Lagos and I went to the cabinet office. Then I had two people who came to receive me. An aunt of mine, Mrs. Odonfokon, principal Methodist Girls High School, Lagos, and the director of NYSC, Mrs. Baramosi. They took me to the cabinet office, and the cabinet office man said, no, that the people I just wanted to change my location. So I should write what happened. And I wrote it, and they were all in tears. That was why I was posted to come and take my load back to Lagos. So I can proudly claim that I served in 2 states. I did my orientation in Lagos. Mobolaji Johnson was the governor of Lagos State then. And you know one eventful thing that happened? Our orientation, our final march past day, the person who took the parade was Brigadier Joe Garba, Commander Brigade of Guards. You know that night he announced the coup that overthrew General Gawad. That very night. We saw him during the day, we were saluting. In the morning, just heard the voice. I, Joseph Namse Garba. It was a coup. Now, the psalm that I say here, I acquired it from movie, Sobowale. You get me? The clerk who was working with me there, I told him I went to University of Ife. He said, ABUNI. You see, there were 6 universities then. 6, Amadou Bello, Ibadan, Ife, I think Benihan, Usuka. You see, to that my Kadori friend, he thought all universities were ABU. I tried to explain to him that no, they are located on ABU. He said, Sam, that was how I got.
That was
I love the way he said
the
it.
genesis of your Sam.
Since 1974.
And I've taken it from you too.
You can pass it on.
Thank you for sharing that experience. It's indeed a very wholesome one. And you mentioned that at that time, the NYSC was humane and welfaristic.
Yes.
So
now let me talk about now.
Yes, because the DG of the NYSC is saying that the scheme is looking to ensure that corpers are self-reliant through skill acquisition. And this usually comes when the compensation matter is raised. Do you think that the NYSC is fully equipped for this skills acquisition that it's gearing towards?
No, it's not the NYSC now. It's those who are participating, the outgoing graduates. But you see, Nigerian youths, undergraduates, becoming graduates, they are a very angry lot. They're a very angry lot. And if care is not taken, that anger will be politicized. And it will affect the public functions they do for us. You know, they are used at elections.
Yes.
They are used at census. They are used at immunization. So many. Of course, they have their own opinion. Do you get me now?
I do.
And some of them are frustrated. For 3-year course, they do 6 years. For 5-year course, they do 10 years. Because of us to strike and all that. They are human beings. If care is not taken, that anger and frustration can be translated into political fury that can affect us. The NSAS was just part of it. Even though that one was more of graduates from abroad, you get me, who are used to protest and who are still under the impression that they have to use protest, like they have done tragically in Egypt and in Sudan to overturn our political system. So care should be taken to make sure the university system works and that people go on schedule and graduate as agreed when they enter, and that they are given jobs. Get me? The president gave immediate employment to some who passed down about 65. You get me? But you see, the educational system, when we started out, it was about 6 universities. Now, they say they have over 250 universities spread all over the country. And you see, the private universities that people go to, they graduate on schedule.
Yes.
You get me now? And some people can, nowadays, you have a colonization of the Nigerian educational job industry or even career industry by graduates who studied overseas and who have now come back. You get me?
I do.
Because they met some of their mates still in the university whilst they have gotten PhD. We have people who have had PhD who drive Danfo, you get me? And who have not found employment. Such frustration, such it will be translated into whatever assignment they are given. So, aside from that danger, aside from insecurity, it is a very laudable project that will provide cheap labor for where they are posted to, and it's a very salutary, public-spirited project that should be seen to the end. So
do you just think that it's mainly security that should be the focus in terms of the Nigeria that's on ground today compared to what you experienced then?
Well, in my own time, the fear was the fear of the unknown. Mm-hmm. Get me? It took me 3 days to get to Maiduguri. I thought I was going to die there. Do you get me? I've never seen. And then you see, the NYSC will help you to erase some misconceptions. When I went to the north, I thought all northerners were Hausas and they were all Muslims. I met friends there who a friend of mine, Mamza. No, he was a lay reader. I said, yeah, are you not Hausa? Are you not going to the mosque? So you don't insult me, Dayo. That, yes, I'm a Christian, Evangelical Church of West Africa. Get me? There are a lot of them out there who are Christians. A lot of them. You know, Nigeria is a multi-ethnic nation. There are many people there who have never been to the South. Like I joked with a friend that, hey, I want your daughter to come and visit me in Lagos. He said that Lagos, that your town of Sodom and Gomorrah, that my daughter would go there. So you see, we have a country with a wealth of cultures and ideas, beliefs.
Hopefully your friend will have a different experience and not tag Lagos, Sodom and Gomorrah.
How many years ago?
I don't know, but it's been a pleasure.
Years.
Oh,
yeah. How old are you?
I will not be broadcasting that live, but thank you so much. Arise analyst, Mr. Dayo Sobowale, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for bringing your experience into this topic as well. It's always a pleasure. Thank you.